She was 17, curious, bold, too bold. When Soyeon said she wanted to spend a night in the old shrine, her friends thought she was joking. "It's just a shack in the woods," she said, shrugging, but no one laughed. The shrine stood hidden deep in the forest, halfway up a mountain near Gangwon. Locals called it the Shrine of Exion, the goddess of misfortune, disease, and wandering souls. It had been abandoned for decades, rotting slowly in silence. No one visited. No one looked in its direction. They said it used to belong to a powerful shamana woman who performed rituals for the mountain spirits. Until one day, she stopped. No one knew why. But after that, people began to hear things from the forest: whispers, drums, crying that wasn't human. By the time she reached the clearing, the sun was sinking. She didn't believe in curses or spirits or any of the things that frightened her village. Soyeon didn't believe it. In the center of the room was an altar, cracked and leaning. Beside it, a torn drum, and on the far wall, a mask, smooth, with no mouth, only wide black painted eyes. "That's just fear talking," she told herself. That evening, she packed a flashlight, some snacks, a sleeping bag, and her late grandmother's lucky charm. An old copper coin tied with red thread. She tied it to her wrist. For protection, maybe. Paper talismans hung from the doorway, most of them yellowed and torn. Some symbols were faded. One fluttered gently as if breathing, just in case. The hike up the mountain was long and cold. The shrine stood crooked, its wood dark and damp. Soyeon hesitated, then stepped inside. Slowly, the paper charms began to rustle one by one, though there was no wind. Her flashlight flickered, then went out. It smelled of old incense, wet stone, and something else like rotting flowers. The floor creaked beneath her. She shivered. "Creepy," she muttered, forcing a laugh. She rolled out her sleeping bag and sat down. The forest outside had gone quiet. Dozens, hundreds. Opening slowly along the walls. Hours passed. She ate a rice cake, then another. Voices not speaking but chanting, crying, laughing. Read a bit by flashlight, then leaned back to rest, landed face up. Its hollow eyes began to glow. Tap. She sat up. The sound had come from the drum. She shined her flashlight at it. Nothing. Silence. Then tap again. She screamed. The mask floated toward her, slow and steady. She stood, trembling now. "Hello?" she whispered. The shrine creaked. They found her kneeling in front of the shrine, her eyes open but empty. Blood streamed down her cheeks. She was smiling. Darkness. Then eyes not imagined, not painted. Real, wet, blinking eyes. She backed away, her breath caught in her throat. A cold whisper slithered through the room. Then the mask fell from the wall with a thud. "Stop!" she cried, stumbling. She tried the door, it was gone. There was no exit. Whispers grew louder. "Look, see, give us your eyes." She covered her face with both hands. Something pulled her arms down. Her charm, the red thread on her wrist tightened. It burned, then black. By the time the sun rose, fog crawled low across the mountain path. A search party had been sent when Soyeon didn't return. She whispered over and over, "Too many eyes." "I saw them, saw everything." They brought her to the healer. But no prayer, no herb helped. She never spoke her own thoughts again, only murmurs, echoes, "Give them back." Too many eyes. Some said the mask followed her, others said she still saw, but not this world. The villagers burned the shrine, buried the ashes. But that night, a boy walking home saw something pale behind the trees. A floating white mask, watching.